Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here for Daily Death and Taxes. We have won the roll here, so we'll be on the play. We're playing with the deck that hopefully you just watched the deck tech for that features Chrome Mox. Check out the deck tech from Monday if you're interested in more. And I guess we'll keep this hand. It's not really overly impressive. It's kind of awkward with these revokers, right? So my opponent has played Painter quite a bit in the past. So we're just going to like ram one of these out there, and then we can mom and revoker next turn. We'll see how this goes. Alright, we need another white source for that. My opponent says, guess I play this deck too much. Lol. Yup. Alright, the second one of these is a little bit weirder. I think I named Karn the Great Creator. That's something that can like make this game fall apart. Goblin Welder is also another good name there. I'll wasteland that Ancient Tomb in all likelihood. Crash in for 4. Giver Runes isn't bad. Won't go so far as to say it's good here, but it's definitely not bad. Like, if my opponent doesn't play another creature, I can just start crashing in. That's a 1-of, I think. Overall, I'm okay with this. I still have white. It's going to be harder for me to get white-white. I could Ghost Core to the City of Traders to turn it into a mountain. That doesn't really get me anywhere. I guess that occurs. So, if I attack for 5 this turn by giving one of my creatures protection, there's a world where maybe I shorten the clock by 1 turn. I have specifically Goblin Crater Maker, a 1-of that I care about. At least based on my opponent's previous list. No, actually, if I were to give like the Giver a Mother protection, then I'm not protecting the Revokers. Yeah. So we'll just bash in with 2 creatures here. That's not bad. I probably don't want to cast that this game, though. So I have the option to just open myself up to removal, and in exchange guarantee that my opponent is dead sooner. Or I can just let my opponent jump block and kind of let this game chug on. I think I'm fine either way. I don't think I want to expose myself to removal. Like, I'm not really expecting something like, say, Chandra Awakened Inferno to come in or something like that. Or not, Chandra Torch of Defiance to come in and hit play. So I don't think that my opponent is going to have that many removal spells that can actually beat me. So there's worlds where I'm going to just remove this Goblin Engineer come end of turn. But I don't think I need to do that yet. I will do it here. I can let the Karn resolve and go to my next main phase. And see, alright, yeah, they're just gonna make me do it. Alright. So how much do I attack them for here? Slash, do I just kill the Karn? I don't think I kill the Karn. I think I hit them for 5 and leave Mom activation available. I don't need mana this game. I have enough on board. And so the reason I hit them for 5 and not just like 4 here is so that if my opponent manages to play both a red card and a colorless card, I can force the last 2 damage through. Alright, what do we have for the old Painter deck? Relic Order and Council's Judgment seem fine. Armageddon is kind of interesting. Path to Exiles are kind of interesting. Surgicals are kind of interesting. Like, I guess I can consider Rest in Peace as well. Tomic, I think, is going to be hard to cast, and I think I'm going to just, like, want to board that out. And I think I am going to want at least some extra stuff that helps deal with the graveyard. Cutting Tomic means that I'm getting rid of a bunch of my evasion, which I don't like. But I still have Smuggler's Copter, which I guess I'm not revoking in this matchup. Kithian also seems pretty mediocre. Like, it's going to trade with or get stonewalled by a lot of creatures. So let's maybe junk those 2, and then I can play 1 more card. So I have Painter Servant, which is an X3 to think about. Goblin Engineer is a 1/2. Goblin Crater Maker is a 2/2. Welder is a 1/1. Let's just bring in 1 more removal spell and call that good. I'm pretty light on answers to something like Ensnaring Bridge if my opponent actually gets it into play. This build lacks Flicker Wisps. Cavern of Souls is not free. I think I have to mulligan this hand. This is fine. I have white available to me. I'm just going to ditch one of my lands here. Let's ditch the Cavern of Souls. Revoking that early is pretty good. If I revoke that early, though, I am not getting this Mom active. I expect my opponent to board in Lightning Bolt. So I think I'm going to slow my roll here a little bit and like get the Mom active before playing the Revoker. I'm definitely a little bit worried about getting Blood Mooned this game. I don't know that I'm going to be able to do anything about it if it happens. Opponent just playing around Aven Mind Sensor there. So rather than revoking Grindstone, I can just play Arbiter this turn and then threaten Ghost Quarter activation if they tap their mana. I don't hate it. I think that's worth my pedal. And now there's just like this looming threat, and my opponent either says like, "Oh, okay, that's okay. I'm going to get to revoke it," and then blow up one of my opponent's lands. Ooh. I need to revoke the Karn this turn. Would they? They wouldn't block, right? I don't think they would block. Do I just start sending damage at them? I think I start sending damage at them and just like hope that the Revoker actually lives, rather than trying to like spend 3 different attack phases whittling down the Karn. I think I don't show the extra Ghost Quarter this turn. And we're just going to blow up the thing that gives them more mana. The number of different lands that my opponent has really matters right now, due to like the Leonin Arbiter attacks. That's kind of inconvenient. We do have Rest in Peace for that, so that's good. Them having Ancient Tomb very specifically is quite bad for me because of the ghost, because of the tax. That's okay. I don't think I get to attack with a Phyrexian Revoker until I have another Mom or Giver. I want to be playing around the Lightning Bolt that I suspect that my opponent might have. Recruiter could get something like a Walking Ballista, which is a huge problem for me. But my opponent didn't pay for the Leonin Arbiter tax. They have to have a Spirit Guide? They do have a Spirit Guide, okay. So they have tutored up APs of removal. Plenty happy with that draw. Do I get to continue attacking? Probably not this turn, maybe in future turns. Like, I don't want my opponent to double block. I tap the Mother of Runes, and then, like, my Revoker dies to the Crater Maker. So there's a world where I'm actually supposed to blow up a mountain instead of the Ancient Tomb because it makes my future Wasteland top decks better. Oh, fuck. Alright. I will lose handily to that. JK. That's very good. I have to use my Caracas as a Lotus Petal, but I can get rid of the EE. And that keeps this game from just falling apart. And now I'm fine with attacking with the Arbiter. Because I can tap the Giver and give it pro-red if I need to, while still having Mom up to protect from the Goblin Crater Maker that I know exists. Hey, remember that exact thing that I talked about? There it is. I don't even think I play this Wasteland. I think I'm just going to hold it. Like, let my opponent play out their next thing, and then Wasteland them. It's only really a punish if I draw, like, a Ghost Quarter as well. Yeah, I will do it this way. Five mana, Giganta. Did I just like straight up miss that that was in my opponent's sideboard? I think I did. That's fine. I have Caracas to bounce that, but I should have left Caracas open if that was something that I was going to do. So slight misplay on my end. That is not punished. Alright, and my opponent has conceded there. GG's. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow.